automatically. I was ready to press the button. Unless I pressed it by accident. I don't think I did. But welcome, everyone. It did because it changed us to this one. We want this. Welcome. Hello, and welcome to the stream. I'm going to turn the sound down just a little bit for my benefit. How are we all doing today? Hello, Dan, in the chat. Hello, Moses. Hello, Keenan. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another evening devlog live stream, I guess, kind of catching up a bit with the development of Loco, as well as a few other things. Yeah, I'm good. I'm tired. That's the funny thing with these streams, doing it late at night. And as you can see, the bright light that beautifully colors my face, that's right in my eyes for 3 hours. And so if I start yawning, it's not because I'm tired. It's because of the bright light. I haven't yawned all day until I hit go live. But how are we all doing? I hope we're all doing well. I've been doing okay. Been doing some work, getting paid to do some stuff. Working on Loco, and as you saw earlier in the waiting area, I've added a few more things to the stream. Still sorting some things out, like we have notifications on. Hello, D. Welcome to the stream. Some things are working and some things are not. Like I have alerts now, so if anyone subscribes or becomes a member or super chats, you'll get a notification in the corner here, but no sound yet. I've added custom sounds, but for some reason it's not working through OBS. So I'm still trying to figure that bit out. I think that's more of a hardware, stuff I've got my computer on my end. I'm looking here because the chat is there for me. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. But yeah, this week has mostly been working on the Loco save system is what I've been trying to do, because I started out doing the oh yes, Dan, the fan art. I loved it. It was awesome. Thank you. It's weird getting fan art from people because I'm not used to that. But no, it was really good. You have a really unique art style that's actually like interesting to. It would be cool to see some of your other like original stuff or other art pieces. Yeah. I get that too, being unmotivated to draw things. I haven't drawn in a very long time. I feel like all of the energy I've had to draw has been changed into game dev stuff now, but definitely growing up I drew more. But even now, I don't know, I feel like, yeah, motivation is a very interesting thing in life. I feel like sometimes we can be super duper motivated to do anything and we can never be stopped, and other times it's just like, wow, this thing I loved is completely gone. But, you know, times change and things happen, and yeah, that's all good. But yeah, I've done a few things with the live stream as well. I've tried to make it low latency, so when I read the chat and respond to your questions and things, it should be pretty instant, not immediately instant, but a lot more quickly than before. Yeah, and then aside from, so I was working this week on the Loco stuff for the game, and I've been working on doing like the shop and the upgrades, and part of that, to get that all managed, you know, so that when you select something and that data would, you know, save and change in the level, I had to start implementing the save system in Unreal, which is good because Unreal already has one kind of built in, so there isn't too much on that end I need to do. I watched like one tutorial and like basically it's easily saving and loading things. The issue has been storing other bits of data and figuring out ways. I'll show you in the project as well, you can see. But yeah, a lot of it's just been headaches figuring out how things work. Once I get an understanding of them more fully, I think I can do it a little more faster. But for now, it's just figuring out, you know, even simple things like I have 2 items, both can be selected, but I want to switch from one selection to the other, and figuring out the best way to like not only change the UI, but like how to manage that in terms of storing data. So lots of fun blueprint stuff, because I don't want to touch C++, let's be honest here. But yeah, aside from that, this week, what happened? I got my car serviced, which was really good. They had like a winter discount for me. So I went and got that done because it was cheap, which was a relief because, you know, expenses pop up now and I'm like, ooh, no full-time work for me. So I have to scrap through my savings and save my pennies. But we don't have pennies in Australia though. You know, we've got 5-cent coins, but you can't buy anything with 5-cent coins here. Like, I don't even know why they exist. Like, even most coin machines now that used to be like 25 to 50 cents, they're like $1, $2 to get like, you know, bubblegum or stuff from those things. So 5-cent coins, you know, kind of useless now. Song's a bit loud, you say? Okay, that's probably because... Okay, let's see if I can do this. That should be a bit quieter. I had ducking on for it, but it mustn't be strong enough. I'll have to look about that. Sorry. So there you go. It should be nice and... Yeah, the music as well. I'm not digging it, but it's royalty-free stuff. So, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, so what were we talking about? Things that happened this week. That happened. That's been kind of it. Just been doing stuff around the house and been reaching out to people. I've been trying to get, because previously in the channel I did some like developer interviews with people. And so I've been reaching out to a few people. I haven't heard any responses from anyone this week, which is odd. Usually I get, even people that I know, they haven't responded back. So probably just a busy time of year for people. But if you know any other YouTube game devs that you would like to see in like a video collab interview setting, let me know, because I'm looking to spark that up, because I really enjoyed that. It was really fun, and it was actually a fun edit too. And like, it's not easy content. If actually anything, it's a lot harder, because you've got to like figure out schedules of people and, you know, figure out how to do video calls online and record them and make them look nice. But when you actually get all that stuff sorted, they're really fun to make. Where other videos, like I recorded a video this week of my thoughts and feelings on switching to Unreal and whether I regret it or not. It'll be coming out next week. And yeah, talking head videos are just not my thing. I don't have as much enjoyment for them. I do them, like the one that I did as well. Since my last live stream, I've actually uploaded a lot. I did a video talking about how to back up your work for game devs, which I was put in a lot of effort into, just to see if like a high quality video would push through the algorithm. Unfortunately, it hasn't, and this is something that's been interesting with the channel, because the video I did about me leaving Shadiversity has exploded, which I am grateful for, because that's actually given me a little bit of ad revenue that I can live off of, which is fantastic, and I'm super appreciative of that. The fact that that video has been as successful as it is. Like, I didn't think it would go that big. I thought like at the gate when I left to be like, oh yeah, you get, you know, a couple of tens of thousands of views maybe, but we're past 200k now, I think, which is insane to have that on the channel. But the issue with that is that a lot of people who actually have watched that video are people who don't necessarily like who I was working for previously, and because a lot of the recommended videos that are recommending my video are like debunking and drama videos, and the issue with that is that when I've uploaded these other videos, like the backup one and even the Unreal tutorial one, obviously like that stuff's very different from my previous things. Although the backups, I thought, you know, if I'd done that previously sandwiched between two other dev log or like game dev stuff, it should have done well. But they have definitely performed less because of it. So I'm going to see how this Unreal one does. Hopefully it does well and can push through, because what's happened is the video's done so well. My channel has now been changed to shad drama, basically, and more conservative, right-leaning stuff, which isn't what this channel's about. And so when I start making content about video games and being a solo game dev, it's not promoting the videos to the right people, because those people don't watch that content. Thankfully, I think the tutorial and the backup drive ones have eventually found their spot, and we're getting like 1 or 2 clicks, which is good, but it's going to have to take a lot of time to like, I've heard like the YouTube algorithm, that's very much like it's like drawing a horse to water, or like getting a dog to like, you know, behave. You got to like really pull it to the direction that you want it to be in. And so right now it's in a spot that, you know, is getting me views still, which is fantastic. I love that. But it's not giving my new content views, which is not good. So that's something I've been thinking a lot about this week as well, pondering over. I've been tempted to just do like a lot shorter talking head, like no B-roll type of videos about different game dev topics, just to try and push that more towards that like sphere of things. And that's the other reason too why I want to do the interviews and the collabs, because then people from those channels who are in the right algorithm will, you know, come to my videos, and then that'll hopefully redirect it a bit more to be in the right spot. Yeah, so that's just been part of like the YouTube thought sphere I've been in recently. So since the last stream, I did the backup video. We did a Unreal tutorial talking about gameplay tags, which is something that although like there are some things on YouTube that go through it, there are just some things that I didn't know that weren't in tutorials that I was like, okay, we need to add this in, which is mostly like how to compare tags, because they talk a lot about adding and removing all sort of stuff. But in my instance in Coco Loco, I needed some extra things. So, and plus, I do enjoy making high quality tutorials. Like that's just one thing that the internet is blessed with a lot of the time, and hopefully my extra video can be an extra bit of good in the world, making short, good tutorials that get to the point that have decent quality, That's something that I think YouTube can always have more of, even if it's the same information being repeated, it's better to have 2 good videos than have 1 good and 1 bad, I think. So just reading through chat. Dan says that Coco Loco may be controversial. I'm yet to have anyone call out why that's controversial. If it has certain meaning. And even if it does, if it's like some American meaning, it's like, bro, I'm Aussie. I don't know. You guys have so many different ways to offend each other. Like, it's Coco Loco because it's a game about Coco and Loco as in, you go crazy for Coco, but also because, like locomotion, you're running around a lot. D does AI said, could you not do a debunking game making myth series? Like I could, but again, like that's something I want to put effort into, and I have to try and pace myself. So I'm also trying to think of certain things I can debunk. Like there's obviously the basic things of like, making games isn't just playing them. But like once you get past that, it's just basically teaching people how to make games. So like it's less debunking. Like yeah. And even then, like with videos like that, I would love to interview people who've made bigger AAA games and help them like show the code that shows the debunking. For example, like in Assassin's Creed, I remember I had this kid I would hang out with. I'd say how good he was at the parkour. Like he'd jump just at the right time for it to register, the jump and stuff. But I was like, bro, you can literally see in the code, like if you jump too late, it'll auto-correct you, or if you jump too early, it'll like there's a buffer between it. And so debunking things like that I think would be fun. But at the same time, it's like, man, that's more effort. I need things that are quick and easy, but still high quality. That's my weird niche I want to find. D says avoid shorts as well. They only help for views. Anything else will only harm your channel. I will only be posting shorts I've been doing it on TikTok as well. Whenever I do live streams, I have a little button here that does little recaps, and then I cut them down into like short format. Are they worth it? I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to get exposure. The more people are aware of me, it's like marketing. Basically, I'm at the point now where I've got to try and market myself and my content. So I'm just lifting my leg up. And so, yeah, trying to, like, shorts, I don't know, like, they get you views. I think, I don't know. I'm going to play around with shorts still, but I think one thing YouTube's pushing a lot that I've noticed is live streaming. I've seen a lot more people live stream, and even in the YouTube studio, it's like, hey, you should live stream because you get, more this and that. And so I think they're really trying to push it. But it's funny when setting up OBS, I'm trying to get like alerts, and like I want to get one of those little goal progress bars on the screen so you guys can help like know, if I want to get like an Unreal Engine asset, or I was looking at some equipment I can do for when I go to PAX and stuff, to do some cool interviews and things. But they've got it for Twitch. That's, a goal and stuff you can have on the screen. But YouTube doesn't have that. So just little things like that where it's like, man, I understand you guys want to be like a live streaming platform, but there's just certain things missing that other services have. But yeah. Keenan says, make a torrent have been absolute chad. I'm not my... How do I respond to that? How does one respond to that? I'm not at my full chad yet, so what's the point of doing a tutorial if I'm just going to have to, repeat it later? interesting. Your live streams get lots of views, D, but not when you're live. That's fascinating, because when I stop live streaming, my views just don't get anything. No recommendations, no nothing. But yeah, I've seen more people, game devs especially, do live streams. Like Jonas Tyrola recently did some dev live streams, and people hopped in on that. I think it's just one of those things. It's like with YouTube videos, you got to break through in front of that audience. And once you have an audience that watches live streams, then the algorithm will know to recommend you to other people who watch live streams. Yeah, let me turn the music down. I don't know why it keeps going up. That's weird. But yeah, that's interesting. Other thing too, I've been thinking about like live streaming just more frequently when I've got like a free time during the day. I'm concerned that I'm not going to get literally anyone watching because it's going to be in everyone's like midnight. But it's where I'm more active and where I could be, I don't know, like I did some game dev today for like a few hours, and I was like, man, if I'd live streamed and there was like 2 viewers, that would have been something at least. So yeah, I don't know with live streaming. I don't know how to, like, I can't envision forward how I want to go about it. Like, I love this. This is actually really fun, interacting with you guys in chat and talking and everything. And obviously we're going to get into some game stuff. But like in terms of making it a packaged content that people can just go out and watch, that's something that I'm like trying to figure out how I want to do that as well. Because obviously when you're doing that individually, you may basically like a brand. You need to find your hook, or the thing that makes you interesting to watch, or that unique thing. Like I know a lot of you don't, but I watch TikTok, and the thing that hooks a lot of people is just like having low quality or like random odd things. Like this one brand, they filmed a video at their shop or whatever, but the mic was broken, and so you couldn't hear anything they were saying, but you could see them they were presenting. And because that was just different, weird, and funny, it got way more views because people were like, this is absurd. And then obviously you get copycats. But yeah, it's that's the thing. It's like everyone in game dev did videos, some live streamed a little bit, but once Pirate Software really started to stream and everyone was watching Pirate Software, like I'm pretty sure he's live right now. Now everyone's like, oh yeah, you should live stream game dev because Pirate Software's gotten heaps of success from it. But it's like, yeah, but he's packaged it in a way with his short format that everyone wants to watch his videos because he's just this super nice guy with awesome knowledge and just answers every question with this beauty and soul of him. Hello, Mr. Gray. Good morning, good evening. A yawn stream. Well, that's an interesting one. I think I need an interesting yawn though. I need to have a yawn that's really contagious. Like, did you just yawn right now? Do you feel like yawning in this moment? Chat, if any of you yawn, say that you yawned, or if you didn't yawn. I want to see what the how convincing my yawns are. They're real. Like whenever someone says, "Oh, I think about yawning," I yawn. And it's see, like my face is all ugly with those triple chins. Ugh. And I look like I'm going to cry, but it's just this bright light in my eyes. Did it work? Did you yawn? Okay, cool. Great. But yeah, that's what we're doing. New video next week. Don't know when it'll be. Sometime in the future. About do I regret leaving Unity for Unreal? Basically, it's going to be what's going to be titled. And I go through all the things I love about Unreal, all the things I miss about Unity, and all the things I don't miss. Sorry to burp. And I really wanted to do a video on, crap, what's it called? The Humble Bundle, Humble Games, and all that news, but I feel like that's kind of all broken out now. Like, it was one of those things with, like, as soon as I saw the news, I should have just sat down and made a video and, you know, talk about the news points. But like that one, I think would have done really well, and I regret not doing it. I'll probably still do it, but yeah. When my voice changes, it is convincing to yawn like this. That's another video. I was like, oh man, I wish I'd done that, but I didn't do it. I feel like I need a cap. That's what I need. Like, I just need something to cover, or maybe that's why streamers wear sunnies. But then I can't see the screens and I can't read chat if I wear those. Also, my sunnies are in the car. But yeah, that's, yeah. But yeah, so I've been tossing up about doing just like shorter, like even just like one take videos about game dev stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Just do a bunch of one take game dev videos, upload them, see what happens. Bunch of ideas. Oh, I'm not, because the whole point is that I want to draw the algorithm horse, you know, away from that and go to the game dev side where they make all the games, you know, where all the thing matrices and the Blackthorn prods and, you know, all those guys are at. I want to go there. Give me that audience, please. At least you'll watch my game dev videos then. Thank you, Liam. I can wear a sun visor. That can be my video guy thing. Like, I actually feel like this is easier reading chat like this. Isn't that crazy? And the thing is, my light here, it has a softbox. Oh, like, look how bright that is. But if I turn it off, do you want to see how dark it gets when I turn off this light? Boom. Pitch black. That's how much light it's producing. And I can turn it down a bit. But then I feel like this is getting too dark. I don't know, chat, what do you think? Do you think this is a nice brightness? I'll leave it here and see what you think, because this is more bearable for me. But I feel like this, and because I'm wearing black too, I mean, I guess I can take this shirt off and make it green. It's my Tom Nook Animal Crossing shirt. I like it because it's sized down, because I don't know what size to get, and so it makes me look more buffer with broader shoulders. And it's got a really nice thin, like, neckline, which is good because I don't want to show too much neck. I feel like my other shirts do. Okay, so you all like this. Cool. Anyways, shall we get into some game dev stuff? We'll do more questions I haven't looked at. That looks good. Now, ads are just randomly on right now, so you might just get stuck with one suddenly. I apologize, but hopefully if you have no ad blockers on, that'll give me like 0.003 cents, which would be great. Make it all worthwhile getting blinded for you all, yeah? Now, this is going to be kind of weird. We're going to watch a YouTube tutorial together because I need to learn about event dispatches in Unreal. And so we're going to watch some videos, and I'm going to say this firstly. I'm not doing this to rip someone else's content off. This is just part of the development of things. So don't call me a React watcher, because I'm not going to be reacting. I'm going to be actually listening and learning to what they have to say. So ooh, message. It's a job listing website. So we're going to quickly, actually, if I press this button, hopefully it stops. Hey, it stopped. Great. And let's just quickly go here. Keenan, you're right. It works well for grass type. My shirt being green. All right. Let's go make sure this button's going to be the correct one. Hey, yes, it is. We're going to watch a video about event dispatches because I need to use them possibly. We're going to find out together. You are probably not going to be able to... You should be able to hear it. No, you're not going to be able to. Let me add that. If it loads.
In this video, you will learn
Okay.
how to create event dispatchers and communicate between blueprints. So in my event graph, you can see event dispatchers here. Let's click this plus icon and give the name, for example, test dispatcher. Hit
Because I've got one
compile.
of these before
And now let's create an event.
in this,
For
another
example, when I
tutorial.
hit F on my keyboard, I want to call this test dispatcher. So drag it in and hit call. Then connect this one up. So whenever I hit F in my character, then this call out my dispatcher, and any blueprint listening to this will execute an event. So let's, for example, go here to the level blueprint. Okay, first we need to create the reference. So from event begin play, cast to third person character.
Oh,
And
we
the
need
object
cast to it.
is my get player character, because this is where my dispatcher is placed in. Let's also right click and promote to a variable, so we can later on call this once more, use this as a reference. So now when you drag off of this, then you can see bind event to test dispatcher. Also plug the target, connect this to the third person character. And right now you can see here event. So when I drag off this event, I can add event and add custom event. For example, say hello. So when I drag this off, print string. For example, hi there. And then hit compile. And now in my level, when I hit F, you can see right here, hi there. And this is coming from my third person character into my level blueprints. But you can also do this with different ones. So let's create a blueprint, right click blueprint class, make an actor for this, and let's drag this in the game.
Just so we know. Gomez, not talking about that crap. Moving on, alright? I left, it's over. No more. Sick of it. No more Shad drama. Get lost if you're going to do that. Happy for you to stay, but I'm not talking about that stuff. The man gave me a job, so I'm going to respect him in that level. But at the same time, it's like, doesn't matter what opinion I have, you're going to have your own opinion anyways.
And let's make this a cube. So add a cube. Okay, nice. Also in the event graph, first thing we will need to do is create a reference. So once again, cast to third person character. The object is my character. So get player character. Then once more, look for a bind event to test dispatcher, connect this one up as well, and we can create an event, and this can be a different event. And that's the
Okay,
beauty
he's doing way too many complicated things here.
now when I hit, this is also still running, and all blue actor and actor is itself. So now when I hit play, you see these two cubes.
Oh, I see. So use that as, and you connect it to an event. Ah, Blake, hello. Sorry, I didn't see you. I'm watching a tutorial right now. But good to know you made the stream. Guys, if you haven't already, subscribe to Blake. Go follow his itch. He's got some great games, and his next one, I've already play tested it. Bro, if you upload it to Steam and give me like a testing key in the background, I've actually been thinking about it since playing it, being like, oh, I want to play that again. So it's good. It's got that itch for me to play. So everyone follow Blake on itch so you can all play his new game when it comes out, because it's like Devil Daggers meets is it Vampire Survivor? I'm so sorry, I forgot. I think it is that, isn't it? That combined, and it's wonderful. I'm going to put his... Get his itch in chat. Go, my friends. Go follow Blake on itch. Oh, hold on. Like actually, let me put some music on. Blake is a great dev. Met him at GCAP. He's a good friend of mine. He does mini indie horror games if you're into that stuff. He's also got a game on Switch as well. What's the game called? I bought it, but I forgot the name of it. But I haven't played Bowls of the Ocean yet either. But Blake's also thinking, I mean, you don't care if I say this stuff, right, Blake? He's thinking of remaking Sleigh Bells, which I'm keen to see a remake of, like that style of game as well. So yeah, check him out. He's got some cool games. Real fun, real scary, real terrifying. The Switch one I can't finish because I always end up playing that late at night in bed by accident. And then I'm like, I can't do this. Chainsaw, mass murder, killer, man, serial killer. It's too scary. Too scary for me. So, yeah. That's fun. Yeah, one day me and Blake are going to make a game together. I'm thinking... I know, Blake, you're just dropping in, but I was thinking about it today. Because obviously I told you about my big game project ideas after Coco Loco. And part of me feels like I need to add a bit more to my portfolio before doing that. And a break too, because we're studying. So maybe once I finish Coco Loco, we can make some games together. I can join you in those 6-month projects and we can balloon scope them to be cool. But yeah. Yeah, I know, Liam. I'm like those Marvel actors who are like, can we say that we've got the other guy, or the fact that I die and then come back to life, or this and that? But yeah, because as well, just so everyone knows, I've really been thinking about Coco Loco and where I want it to be, and I know it's been years now working on this game, but I'm thinking I'm just going to get the technology down in Unreal, have it be a lot smaller scoped. Like initially, actually I've got this up here. Let me open a different level. Levels. Like, initially I was thinking, I'm going back to the drawing board in terms of what I originally had in concept, because the original idea for this game was to be a 6-month-long project. And what happened was it ballooned because of Unity and Unreal and stuff. And so, I was thinking of, maybe you could like have a level editor so that in your shop you can do what you basically can do in the engines as you like place objects and move them around and that sort of stuff. That's going to scope it up be too much. I'm going to try and make a much shorter, smaller version of Coco Loco, where what you see is what you get. You upgrade stores over time with the linear story. It's very much like Cooking Mama in that aspect of like very linear, small, one person made this type thing. And yeah, so I don't know, all these ideas I've always had, I'm like, you know what, we're just gonna chop them all off, chop all the limbs off, so I can make other cool games as well. Because Coco Loco I love, and I want to see it finished and on Steam, and I want it to be my game. So if that's gonna happen in the next, before I go back to study and working and being, back in that mindset, it's like, gotta get finished Coco Loco, gotta get that done. So anyways, we're going on a tangent here. So once that's all finished, once that's all done, then I want to go make games with Blake for a bit and, see if we work well together, because we always have good chats and we're very much the same person, and like all we want to do is make games for our entire lives. That's all we want in life. I'm sorry, chat. Are you getting double audio? I think you are. That was a very long time with that. I'm really sorry. Anyways, and so we're going to see if we can work well together. So, and if it works out, I'll make some cool games with him because he's a fun guy. Anyways, enough about... Gomez, you shouldn't kid about those things though, man. You know what it's like. Literally everyone says it all the time, so of course I'm going to just... None of that. And it's very hard to hear sarcasm and jokes in text form. So you got to think about how I would take that as well. Yeah, because I'm like, that's the thing too. I've been getting comments on the main video and I just removed them. Like, I'm like, I don't need that. That's fine. It's my channel, my video. I can moderate it how I want. But yeah, anyways, so Coco Loco, we're going to try and get all the bare bone things done. Going to get all the characters in. Going to write a story. Going to make a game. Put it on Steam. And stop wasting time. But yeah. Blake, thank you for dropping in. How's the business going? Have you registered it yet? Have you figured out what you want to do? When's the release scope look like? I want to play the game. Do you have any links, online stuff I can show people it? Because I think they would enjoy it, actually. We were watching a thing about event dispatches, but it got way too complicated. I was like, what? So yeah. This song is not chill enough for me. Anyways, since we're in the game, shall we start working on stuff? It's fine, Blake. It's all good. Didn't expect it to be. I've just been occasionally dreaming about it and going, I want them to release that game so I can play more. It happens. I'm just going to close. I was doing side project stuff, updating assets and things. So we want to go back to the results page. What we're doing today is we're working on the save system. Because right now, look, these things have been drawn from the save files, which we have. Actually, I can show you right here. So we've got level data, money data, and unlocked items data. Different script or different files. And you might be like, well, I can just open those files up and manipulate them. I can give myself $1 million bajillion. No, you can't. Because they're encrypted. Thank you, Unreal. Although I'm pretty sure there's ways to decrypt this. So, but it's going to be a single player experience. I don't care if you hack it or not. Blake, I will answer you this simply. Yes and no. So the way that it works in Unreal, because obviously you've got player prefs, but then there's other ways of doing it. The more things like it's like this. Unity's complication. Oh hey. Welcome to the chat, Lil. Welcome. Exactly, and we're going to break this economy. So the way that it works in Unreal, what I was going to say before I got distracted. So Unreal's save system is like if you're going from bottom to top, it's like an upside down pyramid in that it's easier to make stuff here, and the further out you go, the more complicated things get. Where Unity is the opposite. Okay, at the first, it's like, if you're not using player prefs, which you shouldn't because consoles don't allow it, and that just makes more work for you in the future, you got to make your own save system, basically. And the further you get to making your own save system, the easier it kind of gets, in my experience at least. So what's been happening here with Unreal, we have save data. So there's a blueprint called save data. Like if I just go to make a blueprint here, and I type in save data, that just comes in the engine, so you can just save stuff to it. And then I've got these different ones that save different things. Any of them open right now? No. And so what if I open this one here? Are we playing the pro? I think because I showed you guys, right? It might be easy just to show you the money. So all the money that is managed within the level or the game, basically, is the profit, loss, and the total. So the profit is saved every time you finish a level, and that's how much money you made at the end of the day. The loss is how much you lost. So if you like dropped a drink or just throw something out, that is added to the loss, and then at the end of each day, you calculate, and that brings you to a total. And these 3 bits here that are saved are what you see right here: 500, 100, 400. That's what you see in the save system, right? So with those things, mostly it's pretty easy to save things. But what isn't easy is when you want to save lots of things. So in Unreal, we have these things called data structs, which data structure basically. And if I go to my data table folder here, I have these structures that hold all the data I want for these objects. It's like you would all do this in code anyways, but they do it in menus like this, so it's easier for people who don't program to have to worry about any of that, like compiling or this. Like you do the steps and it works. And so this here, you're declaring all the things you need. So like the string for the name of the table. So in the table structure, it's like, hey, when I reference a table, what information do I need depending on what we're doing at the time? So sometimes I might be spawning the table in, so I need to get references to like a bunch of different things, like the mesh, like its name. If we are in the upgrades menu, I need to know in a list of tables which table is selected, which table is unlocked. And that's why here we've got these 2 unlocked and selected booleans. So here's the fun thing too, right? So what happens is you make this, and this is kind of like the recipe for, okay, we want to make a table. Here's a recipe of things that we want to take advantage of. And then what we do here is we make what's called a data table. And we make it's like a database basically. And what we do is we have all these different tables. We have a standard table, and here you can see I've already placed things in like an icon. It's model, material, the name. It's free because this is the starter table, as well as other bits of information that I copy. And we do this for a whole bunch of different tables. So far I've got the vintage table in and the standard table, which I've been testing. And so you've got all this information that you can reference. So when you're in the script and you say, okay, I want to get information about the vintage table, then here's all the things here in this database, in this data table. It's confusing because I'm talking about tables or also in tables. You can get all this information here for different things. Now, where this gets difficult is in this database, you can't change it at runtime. So right now, I can make all the changes I want to the model, to the booleans, to all that sort of stuff. Like that's all good. I'm just gonna make sure I'm still streaming. Okay, good. Just making sure because no one's typing in chat. I was like, oh no. And so you can change all of this in the editor, but once you've launched the game, you can't change anything within the game. So these 2 booleans down here where I'm like, okay, are you unlocked? Are you selected? Those can't be affected once the game is running. So what you need to do then, this is the stuff I'm learning today, going through forums and whatever, is you have to go and just trying to find the right one. Is it this one? Yeah. Okay. And so what you have to do is when you are referencing, for example, I have this are my blueprints for the table. And so here you can see I get the table, the data table. Thank you, Blake. This is now a class listen on blueprints and saving. So you grab the table, and because we've grabbed the table here, we can get all this information. So you can get in the material and the mesh, which is what I do here, so that when we can't see it because we're in a different level, but it means that when we're in the main scene, it knows what tables to get. And so when we change tables, which is something we still need to put in blueprints here, it can change Actually, have we done that yet? Yeah. See, because what it do, it would say what table selected. It'll grab that from here with its name. So it'll say, all right, this table here is the center table. So find that row, and then we get all the information for that table, which is fine when you want things like the mesh or the material, or even in the store. So here, like here, I get the cost, and somewhere I get the images. So when we go upgrades, see here, it has the table images and stuff there, and it's also getting the prices, as you can see here. The issue is, because you can only affect that data when the game is not running, how the heck do you tell it whether or not it has been upgraded? Like if you want to get a new item, is that unlocked? And how do you figure out whether or not you want something to be selected or not selected? And so what I've been learning is what you need to do then is you need to, instead of pushing this through a data table, you reference it in one of the game save systems as an array. So I have the data table array here. There's 0 right now. But then you got to create them basically, because right now you've got this empty array of data tables. And so I have a script here that runs at the start of, like this is the first thing that happens within the engine, the game instance. Before anything else is created or run, the game instance is the first thing that happens. And so here I have a script that basically says, all right, do we have this data yet? Does it exist? If it exists, then grab it. And these are different, like async is like what you see in loading screens. And other one, the common way is just like, you just grab it. Doesn't matter. Just grab it. No loading. But then, if it's not created, if we don't have any reference to the save, we need to make it. So we create the file. But then when we create the file, I need to reference this data, or this table structure right here. I'm like, okay, reference this right here, as well as referencing this right here. And so what we do is we get all of this and all of its information, and then tell it to each one of these. And so it will create, you can't see it right here, it will create an array with each one of those in the data table. And hopefully it floods them all with the information they need. And then, because it's not a data table, because it is now a table structure in the save system that we have here, then you can affect the different bits of information. So if I wanted to, I could change the image at runtime, I could change something else at runtime, whatever else. But what we want to change really is the selection and whether or not it's unlockable or has been unlocked or bought or whatever. But yeah, so that's been my day basically figuring all that stuff out, because right now, for some reason, I'm pretty sure if I hit play, I go to upgrades and I hit select. Yeah, so I've got a little print here that says, so the old item is no longer selected. So that's what I wanted. And then the new item is set to true. But yeah, that's what I mean, right? Like, with it being a backwards pyramid, like, oh yeah, it's easy. Like, I just create this and everything in here is saved. But then it's like, okay, well now we need to make a structure and we'll get the data table with all this information and fill it and then reference it in this other thing, in this one here, and then we've got to get everything and then change it and back and forth. So it's like, whoa. Once it works, it works. And I actually saw on Twitter someone was complaining about this stuff because they're like, this is so more like you don't need to have all this information and, you know, all these little pull-out threads you don't need, because I'm not referencing them. So you should show the one thing that needs to be referenced, which it kind of does there, but it always references other ones. But yeah, anyways, that's been my life recently, figuring out how to do all this. Any questions? Hopefully not, because I couldn't answer them. Yeah. So right now it's spaghetti code because I'm still figuring out how to do everything. Because this function right here just sets the widget. Like all of this just figures out, okay, what item are you? Let's get all the images. Are you upgraded? Are you selected? All right, let's change the buttons based on that. And then this is the button here where you just press the button, because then it checks, all right, are you a table? Are you a chair item? And then we're just checking all these different things. Oh, true. You hardly use save systems, don't you, Blake? Fair. Yeah. And like in Unity, this was much easier. I just used player prefs, and even then it was I mean, I can do the kind of similar thing in terms of I just had it as an integer, and then I listed each table as a different integer. It's just annoying now because that information is like stacked all together in like one little sandwich, so I can't just like reference it through integers. I gotta reference it through row names and all this other sort of stuff. Really should lets you think whether or not you're a chair or a table. On a daily basis, is that your Roman Empire? Are you a table or a chair? Let me know. What are you? Are you a table or a chair? I'm trying to think. What am I? Shadows. No, all of history is the Roman Empire. Oh, that's funny. All of history is the Roman Empire. All right, cool. So, and okay, here's the other annoying thing, right? So we've got all of this, but then what I'm trying to figure out as well, not only to like change this to selected or whatever, I need to tell every single one of these widgets to update, so that if I select any one of them, they will all check to see whether or not they've been selected. So, yeah, that's another thing I gotta do. I check if I know how to do that. Because all the tutorials online, right, they're just like buying shop items, which is, you have a single button, it says like $50, and you just press it, and then it appears in your inventory or whatever. Like that's way easier to do. What I'm trying to do here is change what can be selected and what can be pressed and stuff. Oh, D, the Roman Empire, it's an internet meme. Like a bunch of girlfriends and wives ask their husbands how often they think about the Roman Empire, and a lot of them say like on a daily basis because they did so much. Or like they just think about random things like Caesar and everything. Again, that's the wrong meme. The Roman Inquisition. I mean, no one would expect that, would they? Would they? So yeah, anyways. So I guess now I'm just going to sit here, listen to chill music, answer you guys when you say something. But for now, I'm going to do some deep thinking until you say something. All right, do some. This is the chill part of the dev stream. It's exactly like Roman empires come up a lot, don't they? Everyone thinks, every guy group thinking about the Roman Empire occasionally, right? Barbie Meister, why would you say Roblox? All you see is Roblox. I'm offended. Roblox. Nah, man, this is a religion 5. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Shadowless, that's a real question I have too, actually. Especially here in Australia, in the state that I live, it's like the capital of game dev. And when literally all the biggest and probably all the companies, I was like, I reckon I could work for them in a year or two. I reckon I could get there. Have all closed. They've just all finished up shop, closed up. Like there's a few super big ones which I don't really want to work for. They're like the Ubisofts of the area. But there are not that many places to work for games, which is why you gotta make your own. But okay, you're calling out my table. This is you haven't even seen the table. What are you talking about? You're just being a troll, man. All right. How can I trigger all of those? Is that so, Dan? Ubisoft's working on an anno centered around the Roman Empire. Yes, Soul Master. Square cups and round tables. Or like round tables make sense though. This is true, Shadowless, yeah. The Aussie game dev industry was born from Age of Empires 2 included in Kellogg's cereal. All roads lead to Rome. Yep. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Apparently there's a refresh all widgets. Interesting. Or do I need to Where's my search? Did I get rid of it? Whoa! Gorka Games! I am honoured! What the heck are you doing here, mate? Bro, I watch your bloody tutorials! Gorka! It is a honour and a privilege, my man. I'm sorry. I was just streaming randomly looking at tutorials and then Gorka Games comes up in the stream. That's insane, dude. Okay, sorry. I'm just going to have my fan moment. Congrats. I saw recently, how much was it? 100,000 subscribers? Dude, that's so exciting. Anyways, I'll answer your question of what game am I working on. I'm working on a cozy cafe game. D, behave. Gorka's in the chat, behave. Bubblmeister, behave too. Thank you. Everyone behave, okay? Sorry, let me get the screen up properly. Whoop. So I'm making a cozy cafe game where you play as a waitress, where you wait tables. It's going to have a cute little linear story. It's a mesh between a lot of the Flash games I grew up playing, like Diner Dash and Penguin Diner. But it's going to have more of the aesthetic and cozy feeling that like Animal Crossing gives, and then obviously stealing some elements you'll see from like Overcooked with the... Oh, it's cut off. Here, let me adjust it a bit. My screen's cut off because of the... There we go. So yeah, they line up, order their drinks. Right now it's just in the root phone. Things are a little bit jank still because the polish needs to be had. Dude, the fact that you say it looks like Animal Crossing and that is what I'm trying to do, that is a good sign. I basically got the idea from it when you go to the Roost and you have your little sips of coffee. But I'm like, but what if you like could gamify it a bit more? And so right now it's obviously getting some of the visual aspects in every couple of weeks just to like, polish it a bit. So people kind of understand what's actually going on. Like the character and stuff's half finished, but people kept asking about the player controller. So I was like, all right, fine, I'll make a character. They're still faceless, which, we'll add in faces eventually when I get around to it. But yeah, they're going to have like little upgrades. So you can like run faster. I'm thinking of adding kind of like a balance mechanic of some sort. So at first you got to hold like one drink and you go like more slowly, and if you go too fast you spill it and then that wastes a drink and you lose money, which you can see here by like the red text. Then you can upgrade your items. Yeah. And then hopefully, if I fix the last bug, it'll fade to black once the NPC leaves. There we go. And then this isn't correct because I'm doing some testing now with saving and loading. But that's that. That's the game. And then you'll have a little upgrade place. This is again all placeholder. I'm going to have it be a lot more beautiful in the final game. But yeah, at this very moment I'm working on selecting items and using structs and all that sort of stuff. No D, you are the cleaner. Yeah. And so there'll be chairs. But yeah, that's the game that I'm working on. But Gorko, thank you. Just one question: how did you find the stream? I'm curious if whether that was just recommended to you while scrolling through, or whether you found the channel previously, or how that happened. I love your videos, man. You've actually helped me a lot since working and switching to Unreal. I think yours, yeah, your videos are awesome. They've been a lifesaver. That's good. That is good, because I've been... Story about me, I worked for another YouTuber previously and did a goodbye video about all the stuff, and his stuff is out of my niche with like gaming and Unreal and dev work. And so a lot of the channel stuff around me, in terms of like the algorithm and people who are suggesting my videos and all sort of stuff, is not game dev related. It's like more of his stuff. So the fact that you got recommended it in the homepage is a good sign for me. And that's awesome too. The live stream got recommended. That's awesome. I'm nerding out a little bit. That's all. Shows me and where I'm at right now. Well, Gork is like the Unreal, if you guys, I know, yeah, everyone in chat, if you don't know Gorka, you want to learn Unreal, then sub and just watch them all, and you'll consume the knowledge of learning Unreal, and you'll know it. Just like that. Ian, don't say that. He's in chat, okay? We'll be nice to him. And if he didn't make those videos for me, I probably wouldn't be here, so we're reading documentation from Unreal. Chat, you're funny. Hey, Dan, that's fine. Good job, D. Anyways. Back to it then. That was a fun little surprise, wasn't it? Now, where was I? Figuring out the save system. Lozo asks if there'll be freakiness in this game. No? Sorry, I was just thinking of it like freakiness. No, this game's wholesome. And look, now you can see the tables and the detail. And if you want to see the detail I put in these tables, you can even actually go turn up the icons. There you go. You can even see the little mug stains here. You can even have a look. Look at those little stains there. Made that in substance. Like, obviously, that bit there is a bit too much. But look at those little subtle... Yeah, look at that. That's nice. That's nice. Look at that specular map. That's good. Check out these chairs, These gross, disgusting chairs I'm going to redo because they look like disgusting plastic. They need to look a bit nicer, I think. Look at this brick. Check out this brick. Yeah, it's not shiny brick at all. Oh, from a certain angle. And then these, I'm very proud of these. I made this myself. So Mia, I think you missed it. It has its own save system. I'm just figuring out the best way to save certain things. So, like if I want a big list of things, instead of individually mentioning those things, I can reference them in like a data table, sort of, kinda. Yeah, thank you, Blake. Beautiful textures. Appreciate my artwork, guys. Although, I don't think it's very realistic how shiny... I mean, is it? I don't know. Are the blackbirds would be that shiny? I don't think so, but, from afar, you can't really tell. on the level. It'll get bigger. You can change the flooring. You better add different furniture like a jukebox or TVs and upgrades and stuff. Exactly, Johnny. We take care of the shop. And don't worry, other things will look better over time. I've got to redesign. Like, these are just the... I don't know. I love these things so much. I might keep them in anyways, just for the sake of them being ugly. But I'm probably going to do these ones more, because if I actually go to the models... this is the Gothic chair. It looks a bit more low quality, but that's kind of the vibe I was going for. Because most of the time you're going to... Because most of the time you're going to see it like this. On like this angle. But, you know, in engine, I think it looks pretty good still. You can see the legs, you can see underneath. It's beautiful. Oh, did I say chair? I meant table. Chair. And this one isn't textured yet. Damn, maybe it's a table versus a chair. I mean, okay. Wait, do I have the materials? I wonder. Let me have a look. I have for this one. It looks like plastic. It's not meant to. I've got to fix that as well. That's another thing. I mean, unless you... No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. Then tell me, chat. So this is meant to be like a very diner-esque table. This is going to be like the starting one. This one's going to be like kind of gross. Everyone hates this table? Really? Do you guys all just are hating on the table now? It's gross and disgusting. Greasy Spoon Cafe. Yeah. What would you call this brown table then? Because if I'm going to give them the names, I said Gothic because it's got like more of a Gothic or like a vintage style. I don't know what because every bit of furniture is going to have its own like category or genre. And so this table here is like a retro one because it's, you know, like the 80s or wherever, what vibe you call it. The one with the gross patterns and whatever. And this one's going to be standard. But what would you call this like darker, more sophisticated style? I called it Gothic or vintage. And then the third one's going to be fancy. Yeah, like this one's meant to be a nicer table that you get. That's why it's more expensive in the store. This one's meant to be the one you kind of start off with. Like you'll start off with this gross thing, and like awful floors and broken brick walls and that sort of stuff, and then it makes you want to upgrade. But like classic, fancy, they're not. I need a word that kind of describes the genre of that furniture a bit more. That's why I was using like a Gothic or a vintage. Maybe vintage. But vintage is such a broad category in itself. Like, what do you call furniture that's like more of the darker wood, has more curves? You can actually see here in the model. I forgot to connect the faces just here. So for this tiny, tiny little holes. But you can't see that, can you? No, Loso, I don't want to ask ChatGPT. That's what you're here for. Also, the table sizes aren't correct. I'm pretty, yeah, that, like, look at the scaling. Oh, it's not gonna work. So this size I think is fine. That one fits fine, but this one is way too small for some weird reason. Scaling was a bit off. But Victorian, you think? But yeah, anyways, this is unfinished. That's why it wasn't in the level and you didn't see it, because I do not like the way that this material looks. Ugh. Ugh. Too shiny. Although I wonder if I put that specular in. Nah. That needs to change. Barbelmeister, thank you for dropping by. I'm going way too fast. I need to slow the mouse down. Oh gosh, guys, it's not going slower. Oh, hello, Mikhail. Barocco, American Colonial. I don't want to put American in it though. I want the game to be country ambiguous, so it doesn't matter what country you play in, you just know that that thing's a thing. Anyways, back to where I actually was before. Slave Russia Z tape. What? No. Oh my gosh, chat, you're crazy. Lozo, you're crazy. Okay, Lazo, you can chill now. Calm down. It's all good, man. It's all good. Every single one of these to update. My jacket fell, gotta put it back on because I'm getting a bit cold. Yeah, Dan. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Just curious that if I set this and we hit play, is it going to update? Oh, D! Thank you, bro. Thanks for joining as a supporter. Welcome to the team fan club of Nathan. You're in the Discord, aren't you? Hopefully that will automatically update your role soon. Let me know, though, because that's something that I've had to do myself and I've no idea whether or not it will work. But I appreciate it, man. Honestly. A 20-page law document on a cafe game? You'll be surprised, Lozo. You'll be surprised. There's backstory to this game. Might not include all of it, but... Hey, D, anything goes a long way for me, you know? Don't push yourself to be some crazy ultimate supporter. Just whatever fits your wallet, you know, then fits my wallet, which makes it easier for me to do things like this late at night without any overwhelming dread of the future. Yeah. Yeah, Dan, I know. I know people get sucked up in law, but sometimes you just have to forget about it for a bit. Like, it's fun. Like, I think if you want to do it because it's just fun to do that as a hobby pastime thing, it's fine. But if you're trying to be productive and make stuff, yeah. Yeah, but Lozo, I like my dignity. And there's other people who make lots of money that are decent human beings. That works fine though, like that. Oh, my phone fell. And may you just changed your character sprite from being Link. Hey, you know, whatever helps you get that other stuff done. You know? The hard part is just remember to take all that stuff out of your game before you try and sell it. Hey Dan, man, today's yours. You can do whatever you want. Because obviously the stuff is updating. All right, let's see if... if I have that as selected. We save it, and then we're gonna... do it in the different... don't look at my files. Saved games. Okay. Let's delete this and see what happens. See, now both have selected. Is it because... oh no, we're getting the... Yeah, Dan, you know, take a break, maybe go see something, hang out with someone, enjoy the last few, like, do anything that can try and help you relax, or waste time, or take your mind off things. I mean, sometimes it doesn't work for me, I just need to, you know, do stuff anyways, because that's what makes me feel better about myself. You know, like, oh man, I'm tired and exhausted, but I'm going to feel better if I do the dishes or clean parts of the house than if I just lay here and watch TikTok on my phone. So there's anything like that, you know, that always helps me feel good afterwards as well, when it's like the day is over and I'm able to actually like sleep rest. I'm like, I'm glad I did that. Yeah, reading books, that's always a good pastime. Yeah, definitely same with books. I'll occasionally buy a book and I'll read it. But I'm more of a listener and a watcher. And most of the books I read are like game dev stuff that you can't listen to. Or it's like, I don't know, I like having the tangible things. Like, I'll buy the book. And because I got the book, I'm like, I may as well read it once at least. But yeah, I'm the same, Dan. Like, the longer books are much easier to listen to and stuff. Plus, if they do, like, I'm listening to the old Thrawn trilogy, and they've made it so like it has music, it has sound effects and like atmosphere and stuff, and it just sounds like I'm listening to classic Star Wars. It's great. Roy asks if I write notes that stuff don't... Blah, blah, blah. Do I write notes so I don't forget stuff that comes to mind? kind of, depending on what I'm doing. Like right now, I'm trying to understand a system. And sometimes I will... Actually, I wonder if I got it on my phone. Like occasionally, right, if I've stepped away and... let me count. Occasionally when I'm working on my game and I've stepped away and I've had a thought of something because it's still processing in my mind, I'll just like write on my phone little notes. Like this one's just saying, check if it works with just one NPC in the queue. And I'll write random stuff like that of like, trying to see any other notes here. But other things, for example, with this system that I'm doing right now, it is more repetition. It's like actual study. I'm trying to properly understand a system or the way that something works. And so I'll watch a tutorial and I'll go through different ways of doing things to get a better understanding of it. And so I don't necessarily write that stuff down because I'm just trying to understand it more physically at how it works and kind of get the concept around my mind. But when I really don't know what to do, or if I want to do like a checklist, I'll use this bad boy, this paper. I also use Trello occasionally, which I will show you if I can get that up. So here is my Trello boards. I'll have weekly sprints, which will show things I want to do each week. That's been done. That's been currently done. I think that's currently being done as well. So I'll have like write things down. And so here I'll be like the NPC's leaving the table or the queue system not working. Like I'll like plot thickens. So these are the things I originally wanted to do, and then something will happen, and I'm the first to walk away function is clearly the first and second NPC. Yeah, like it's just me writing what's coming through my mind. And other times it'll be like, yeah, here's some ideas. Then I'll have monthly tasks of things that I want to have done within weeks of things. As you can see, not everything does get done, but you know, it's good to have. And I've got big picture, which is like, all right, here's the things I want to happen, and events like GCAP. Yeah, that's how I usually write things. And then I've also got, geez, how do I even? I think it's on one of these pages somewhere. Here. So we see here, this is my Confluence database, wiki, I guess I'd call it. And so obviously I've connected it with my Trello boards. I've got a design document here, which will have things that I need and I've put in. Stuff for marketing. I think Dan put this in, which is good. And then I've made these new things recently called cheat sheets. So I've got when I was doing weight painting in Blender, I remember there's these shortcuts I used previously. I could not remember how or what to use. And so I've just written like steps on how to do stuff, shortcuts I might forget. Because obviously when you're working in different software, what you're most familiar with, you're probably going to remember. And so certain things I'm like, oh, I forgot what I've been, how to use those shortcuts in like Blender weight painting because I haven't done that in 6 months. And so now I write them down here for reference later. And I've also got my blueprint cheat sheet for things that I'm like, all right, there's been odd little things. I don't know why they weren't working. And so I've done like cheat sheet things here that I'm like, okay, this is good to reference. So for example, I couldn't add empty components into an array. And so I found this cheat sheet of like, if you just reference the child actor, then you can put it in. And then, yeah, make sure that the child actor class is an actor. And then other things of like getting the right reference to the word, like just, yeah. So I do write things down. But thank you for the question. That's actually very insightful. And, you know, you helped me explain some things there, which is good. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. Like, it's good, but I always forget to use it. I end up just like doing stuff. Well, what D is saying here, right, is actually true. You don't need a decent PC. This one I bought in 2019. So what's that? Like, that's a 5-year-old PC now. And you don't even necessarily need a PC. It depends. Like, what do you want to do and what resources do you have? Like, do you have a library where you live near? You can potentially use that to learn how to program. Do you have a laptop? Do you have a phone? Do you have a tablet? What resources do you have you think you could use to program? Answer me back and we can talk about that for a bit, actually. Because, for example, with Godot, right? Godot works on everything. I'm so sorry for the ASMR. This song's too emotional. They've even gotten builds working within browser now. You can use Godot on your phone and then use mouse and keyboard input to use it. Yes, join the Discord. Join the Discord. And as well, there's different resources and things you can use. So, for example, you know, in Unreal, I use blueprints. I don't actually code much anymore because of blueprints, because they're fun to use. And Unreal, although it can be very heavy in terms of like performance and stuff, I can make it run on a laptop that has integrated graphics, which aren't very powerful. It just means you can't make the bigger games, but you can still do stuff with Unreal with it. And then there's also even programs like Pico 8. Is it called Pico 8? Am I remembering that correctly? Yeah. So this is something I actually got into quite a while back. Super cool. So Pico 8, they call it a fantasy console. So Pico 8, it's a fantasy console. And people make... I mean, how do I even explain it? If I just go to the... Yeah, what's a fantasy console? So basically someone's programmed this game engine with certain limitations. But there's no... So I'll just read basically the FAQ. A fantasy console is like a regular console, but without the inconvenience of actual hardware. Pico 8 has everything else that makes a console a console. Machine specifications and display format, development tools, design culture, distribution platform, community, and playership. It is similar to a retro game emulator, but for a machine that never existed. Pico 8 specifications and ecosystem are instead designed from scratch to produce something that has its own identity and feels real. Instead of physical cartridges, programs made for Pico 8 are distributed on .png images that look like cartridges, complete with labels and a fixed 32K. It's basically like a fantasy game engine console thing. And I don't think I have it installed anymore, but if I showed you the example, like it has a limited bitrate, color scheme, all that sort of stuff. And there are a lot of tutorials online that will tell you how to make games in this engine. And you can make little games like this. and this will run on basically anything. I don't know if you could necessarily emulate it on an iPad, on a tablet. We can check what platforms it's available on. But, you know, this is a great start. Like, when people were like, oh, I don't have the best performance of a computer to make things in, you can make stuff in this. You can make stuff in Scratch. You can use Game Maker. You can use Unity. And the trick, really, honestly, is to start off with something you're comfortable. I'm going to skip this one too. This one's too groovy. For a very long time, when I used Unity, like I started when I was about 13, 14, and for the first couple of years, all I did was just make main menu systems. So back then, here, I'll link them in chat for you. Back in the day, when I used Unity, I'm getting these links for... So that there's Pico 8, that's Godot Engine, and this is Godot Engine in the browser. And even if you just start playing around learning things, you don't need to feel so concerned about saving things or making sure everything you're making is saved, although, you know, it's nice to have in the future for you to look back on. But when I first was making games, I actually wasn't making games. What I did was, Unity, this game engine, had a scripting language that was used to make UI. And the UI was super basic. It looked like this. This is what the UI looked like. It was just a simple, like, border, header, with the thing at the top and two buttons. And you would code the size resolution of this, and then you would code the header inside, say what it is, and then you'd also code the buttons, and you could code what the buttons did. And for, I would say, like, a very long time, all I did in Unity, because I'd think of this game idea and all this cool stuff I would do, but what I ended up doing was I'd get, you know, through a process of, okay, I'm going to make this awesome shooter or MMO or whatever it was going to be, but then I'd start with the main menu. And what happened was I got so caught up in the code for the main menu, I would work my butt off learning how to program this menu. By the time I finished the menu, I was burnt out and done. But what I didn't realize was that it was actually teaching me how to code. And so it wasn't that I, you know, I was discouraged, or, you know, like you were saying before, where I was like, oh, you know, I learned the basics and that's kind of it. Well, it's like, well, I didn't even learn the basics. I was just learning UI stuff. And then eventually I got comfortable enough with writing the code that I slowly introduced, you know, new methods of programming, this and that forward. And then eventually I made some 2D stuff. What if I have those programs still? Let's see if we can find them in the archive. I started to, like, you know, make simple player controllers of, you know, I make a little sprite and then try to make him move around. And then I'd say, okay, I want one sprite to hit another sprite. How do I do that? And then I'd learn that. And it was basically just, you know, concept after concept, building on my knowledge. Obviously, I'd get burnt out or I'd get bored with the project and I'd kind of drop it. But, you know, if you use any of these tools or engines, just learning the basic things of, like, you know, at first for me with this UI stuff, it was learning how to do a button. And then it was learning how to do, like, text input. And then it was learning to do a drop menu and all this sort of stuff. Okay. Ooh. Like I'll show you, right? Right here are all the uni projects that I have started but not finished. And this is just in, I mean, this is also 2024, but let's see. I reckon this is all like 2019, 2020. We've got older stuff here too. Look at all these different projects I started but never finished. Like the last thing I made before I went on my mission was in 2016. Oh, that was a wilderness too? What? I wonder if we can play this, if it'll launch. Oh, it's launching the UD. Never mind. Oh my god, I need to have actual builds for me to test. I don't know, man. I had some old projects I wanted to show you, but I don't know if I can find them or not. I wonder if I have this project searching. Like the one of my projects I was closest to actually finishing was a game where you played as a falling man, and you had to dodge all these different things because the tornado had blown up your house. And at the end, you had to. There's a parachute that you had to collect, and then parachute yourself down to safety. I was really proud of it, and that's probably the first project that I was like really passionate about, and kind of regret that I didn't get to back it up or save it. I wonder if it's on my drive still. Yeah, my old hard drive. Yeah, I have Roy, and I guess they can teach you, but the things with the apps is they're very much like, write this code and you'll write it and you'll be like, oh, good job. It's like Duolingo. I found the best way to learn how to code is to actually have, like when you write code, it does something. And so trying to make something with your code rather than just watching through apps is going to be better for you. Yeah. I don't know, man. Hop on the Discord. I will... Is it linked in the description? Just going to close that. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Join that. We'll have more of a chat. And, yeah, because there are definitely ways for you to get help. And so, like, talk about, like, what your goals are, what you want to achieve. because there's ways of doing it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to probably blow your brain at first because you'll be like, oh, this is such big concept stuff. I have no idea what to do. But, yeah, still good stuff. Has anyone got any ads today? Or are you on ad block? No worries, D. Yeah, I haven't been active in the Discord recently just because I've been working on videos and doing work outside of my social stuff. Got to earn those dollars somehow. I've only had one ad tonight. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to take a sip of water. For those of you who do watch with ads, please give me your 0.0003 cents. But yeah, hop on the Discord and we'll chat. I'll be there. And for those of you who are still here, well, we both agree about ads, but it's different when it's on the other end. Dan, your YouTube Premium, you are fantastic. You should just watch all of the videos because then they get more sense because each of you for YouTube Premium is like way higher. Keenan, what ad did you get? You did not like the ad? What ad did you get? Yeah, D's getting a flavored water. D's getting an ad for cat food. Yeah, ad blocker. That's the thing too. Solace, I know. You know what's annoying though? I feel like ads are way worse on YouTube TV than they are on like everything else. I agree with that stuff. At first I was like, oh, do I agree with that? No, yeah, I do agree with that. Because usually my wife and I will watch. There's certain YouTubers we like watching. When we watch videos together, we usually watch it on the TV because it's easier to watch than just watching on a little phone together. But I feel like the ads there, maybe it's just the YouTuber that we're watching, but they'll have like 3 ads that are like 30 seconds long, super long ads, and they'll have them consecutively through the video as well. Yeah, like I do that the same usually as well. The live streams are just easy to like chat and stuff with. And do I have ad blocker? Yes, because I don't want ads on my own content. Or like I still support people that I like. Dan asks, could you ever be able to help me with my sort of abandoned custom font quest? Give me more details on that, Dan, because I'm not quite sure what you mean by font quest. Custom font quest. Are you making a font? Because I'm telling you, I don't have the patience for that. I've tried doing that in the past and I got to about E and then I was like, man, it's too hard. Yeah. It's okay, Dan. I'll wait. I'll wait for you, Dan. It's a good song. Kind of like Stranger Things a little bit. What's next? Oh, so wholesome and nice. if a blog on Blogger, and we'll put a custom font on there. I have no idea. Have you tried Googling it? What does Blogger say about custom fonts? Yeah, D, as long as it doesn't copyright strike me, that's my biggest concern. Because once copyright, you will have, I got copyright striked on a silent portion of last live stream. I forgot to put the music on for you guys to hear it when it went doing the countdown, and some person did a copyright strike on me, and they said the song is. I'm like, there's nothing even there, and so instead of disputing it, I was just like, I was going to cut out the time because no one needs that anyways. But it was crazy. Keenan, would I be interested in Pokemon battling with your viewers? That would be a very fun stream, and I feel like my wife would really dig co-streaming with me on that one because she's a much, much better Pokemon player than me, and so that would be really fun. Yeah, Dan, I don't know. I've never used Blogger. Okay, D, maybe send through some stuff and how you made it too, because I need your AI stuff. Just so I can check background things, that's all. Because, yeah, if it sounds good, I'm okay kind of with it, but I don't know. Like, some of the artists, like, the music you listen to right now, I'm in partnership with a company that does this all for them and kind of pays them for that. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And usually if not do that, I'll be using people that I know their music can shout them out. So it's more of like I'd rather the songs I'm using benefit people more. If that makes sense. Like, I appreciate you making the music. That's really cool. But yeah. Really, Dan? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Blogs are weird in this day and age, Yeah. But Amir, I think you asked a little while back, how's school going, by the way? I start in March. I don't think I showed you guys this. I'll see if I can get the email up. Yeah, you're gonna find Dan with most things. Everyone wants your money. The fact that Blogger, that's why you can't change the font for Blogger, because it's free, and that's the benefit of it. As soon as you want more things, people are going to put a price on it. But yeah, don't you guys what happened with the uni courses that I applied for? Did you guys already know? I forgot. Did I mention something? Or have I been keeping that a secret? Thank you, D. I mean, Dan, I know blogger's gross and disgusting, but if you've got... Do people read it? Or is it just kind of a thing you send out into the ether and hope? Yeah, Amir, so what happened was I applied for several universities. If I can get the other one up. So, as I said in my previous video, I was looking at applying to different universities. First one I applied for, the one I wanted to get into, was RMIT, because they have really good games degree stuff there and lots of good games connections. So I thought even though I was doing software, hopefully, maybe, I could get into doing some more games connections. But they were annoying because they wanted different admissions to things. They wanted like higher ATAR scores, like in higher math degrees during high school, or higher math classes. Or they wanted me to have an IT bachelor, which is already 3 years. So they're like, if you want to do our computer science course, you need to have a bachelor. And I'm like, so I need a bachelor to do a bachelor. And they're like, yes, that's correct. And I was like, this is so stupid. So I tried, convincing them with all the paperwork that I had that, I'm capable of this. And they sent me this. Your outcome. On this occasion, your application has been unsuccessful because you not met the prerequisites for the above program. Bachelor of Computer Science. And I was really scared because I was like, holy crap, if they're not going to take me, what's the chance that someone else isn't going to? And so I was really concerned with the other applications I did because I was like, first preference didn't get in. Okay. But then, so I did that kind of privately. Sorry, I was reading chat. Did that one like independently, send it to them and back and forth, didn't get anything. But then in the state in Australia that I live in, I was able to sign up for through Education Portal, so I could list all the universities that have computer science degrees and IT related. Because if I couldn't get any computer science, then I had to do IT just to get a bachelor so I can get paid more. And the thing is, people have said, you don't need bachelors to do computer science, which is true. But for me, the reason why I want a bachelor is one, the qualification and proof I can do it, but also helps a lot with international travel and companies. One thing that I've been obsessing over the past week because I keep having dreams about it is I want to work at Valve one day. That's just one thing that I really want in life. I want to work at Valve software. I don't care if it's working on Steam or if it's working on games or tools or whatever. Like, I just want to work there because of the environment and the people and just the ability. Knowing that I have the skill set for that is just something that like keeps me up at night, being like, I've got to achieve this once in my life. And it's a lot easier to get visas and ways to travel internationally if you have a bachelor's. Once you have a bachelor's, you can teach English in like majority of the countries because they just want you to have burping a lot after dinner. Once you have a bachelor. And so that's the reason why I'm going for the bachelor's as well, is because not only will the software connect with people who are like-minded, help me have more structure in my learning, but it'll also help me give those other pathways to working overseas, especially in the US. And so I got this and I was disheartened and I was like, oh no, this is awful. But then I did the online portal of different degrees and I got this about a week later from Swinburne. I'm going to turn the music off and I'm going to play this video so you can see it. These guys, I'm like, wow, this is funny. I can't believe you guys put this in a letter. Let me just make sure that the sound and stuff is on. So for those who don't know, this is a bouncer at a club and this is a driver's license in Australia. They put that in the acceptance letter, which I was like, oh, that's pretty funny. But yeah, I got into Swinburne and they were absolute, and they little confetti too. They go, congratulations, little confetti. How cool is that? I didn't even know you could do that. Delighted to offer you a place of study at Bachelor of Computer Science with us. It's funny too, because they have the bouncer guy, and he looks like a bouncer, looks all upset and stuff. So it's actually funny that I got in. I'm excited because I was looking at some of the stuff that they teach and everything. I'm like, this is good. This is good groundwork, because I was talking to my computer science friend, and he's like, yeah, there's a whole bunch of things I haven't learned that I need to do for my work for my employer. And he's looking at the coursework that I'm doing. He goes, oh, this is like half of it. So yeah, that was really exciting to hear. Relieved, still a bit nervous because I'm trying to find casual work that'll help balance, still, like, honestly, if this could make casual income for me, that would be fantastic. If I can upload 2 videos a week or live stream in a video, I can do that, I think, as casual work. We're not at that point yet at all. But I'm doing some other work right now that's kind of inconsistent. I would like something more consistent and casual that I can do while studying at university. So that's still something I'm working out, as well as I'm going to be reviewing a lot of the math stuff, because that is stuff I've not looked at in ages, and I need to relearn like linear algebra and some of the other computer science things that'll give me a head start, because when I get there, everyone else is going to be like 18 years old, fresh out of high school. I don't want to be like that. I want to be like ahead of the game and get this bachelor's done. Because my wife as well right now, she's done a lot more study than me. And she's like, if you complain while doing a first term of bachelor's, I'm going to, be like, man, I told you so. But yeah. Anyways. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like school, and I understand that. And that was me too. Like, I started school in 2020 for a games course, and I dropped out halfway through for a few reasons. The primary factor was that I found the person who I wanted to marry and knew that I would need to work full-time to support them. But the other thing too was that, like, the coursework was not good. I was teaching myself everything on the internet that I was already doing before the coursework. My classmates were not as invested in the industry as me, and the opportunities, like, part of the bachelor's was that you got to go overseas to Japan and look at museums and have these awesome experiences and ways to network with people. Because COVID hit, that was no longer available to me. And I was like, all right, cool. So I have to do all the stuff online, which I do anyways outside of school. I can't work. And so this is 29. Even in 2019, I was like, the likelihood of me getting into games is extremely low. Go out of high school, and out of university. So I would have graduated in 2021. And boy, if I had finished that degree and gotten a job, which I think I could have, because of my passion for it and my dedication to it. But any of the businesses that I would have applied for and potentially got it in, they've closed down now. I would be without a job anyways, because of the way the industry's gone. So, different people have different paths in life, and it's just been really interesting where mine's led. And hopefully, going back to school and having a renewed focus on education and what I want to achieve through this degree will help me. I really do hope that. But yeah, anyways. How's everyone doing? How's the stream been? You've been enjoying it, having a good time? How many of you I've just been lurking and listening? I appreciate yous. You're great. Yes, I know, D. I'm working hard on it. We'll see how the first game goes. But like I said, if I want to work for Valve, I've got a long way to go. You know, a lot more to learn, a lot more to accomplish. Yeah. Oh, Spud, you just showed up? Well, thank you for showing up. Yeah, Dan, it's hard. Especially now as well. It's just hard to find things to do. Like, I know people who've done history degrees and they haven't done anything with it. There are things you can do with it. I think it's just finding things you're passionate about that you could potentially use that degree with. Thank you, Dan. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Always happy to be here. I feel like if I... okay, I'm just going to move this here. This is better. I feel like this is a bit better. But now the text is over there. Just going to pop this out. But yeah, I don't know. Life's interesting. Degrees are interesting. Because as well, there's different things you can do in life. Like, I've thought about what I could do if I didn't want to do a degree, and I didn't... Like, if I was to start a business, like, one thing I tried starting but stopped was doing a real estate photography business. I stopped because I was doing too many things that, like... I stopped because their goal was to make a business that I could then run and still live where I was living before. But that wasn't the case, so I just stopped because I was like, okay, I can't focus on this business and my game and going back to school and all this other stuff. It's like, you got to focus and pick your battles. But that's something I'm always like, oh man, maybe I do that. Or the more I hear about sales, the more I'm like, okay, that's probably something maybe I could do, you know? Thinking about, you know, selling insurance or car sales where you get some nice, good commission. Oh, D, you champion! $12.92? That's Australian. That's how much money I get. €10. Oh, D, thank you. I appreciate that. You shouldn't have. Save your money. Yeah. Yeah, Dan, I get that. The fact that you was once part of an architecture company, well, hustle, a side hustle for an architecture company, and could happily apply his history knowledge. Oh, D, I did not need to get paid to hang out with you. But yeah, the project was dropped. Sucks. Sucks. Really does. Yeah. I mean, there's just... But the thing I've learned with anything is you just need to learn how to be creative. And not in the, like, actual creative way, but, like, business entrepreneur, like, creative. Like, if you have ways that you can sell things, like your knowledge in history or your skills that you've been taught in history, that's always a way that you can... Like, the way you got the side hustle probably was you were selling yourself in your knowledge for history and how that could be productive to the project. Anyone else get itchy noses? I think I'm getting old. I've got too many nose hairs. I've got to shave my nose hairs. Yeah, it's because I keep hitting the microphone. I'm sorry. Really? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Dan. Anyways, I think it's going to be a wrap up for us tonight. The save system is going to be something I have to conquer another time off the stream. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this one. This one was more chilled. Good to know that I can do like less and still have a good turnout and people come and say hi. Thank you to all the super chats. D. Oh, that's funny. Autocorrect. Hey! Terry just subbed. Thanks, Terry. I don't know if you're in the live stream or not, but probably watch one of my videos or something. Yeah. It's annoying that there's usually there should be sounds for people subbing, but yeah. Just talking about doing streams soon again. I think I might do them depending on what time I have next week. I might just do a random stream. I'm like, okay, today's a free day. There's nothing planned. I might just stream during the day for me. Yeah. See what happens then. Maybe when I just want to work on Loco, I'll do a stream at the same time. And we'll see what happens. If any of you show up. Thanks, Roy. Appreciate it. You too, Dan. Thank you for dropping in. Can I just... Oh, okay. Never mind. I tried to do something and then it didn't work. Where's chat? There's chat. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you're new, be sure to join the Discord, subscribe, comment your thoughts and feelings. Hopefully I see you all the next stream of more chilling with Nathan as we make a video game together. Loco. Hopefully, yeah. Thank you regulars for coming and saying hello. Thank you lurkers for just chilling here and being a view. All your support with the channel and stuff has been overwhelming. You're all fantastic human beings. Legit. I love you guys. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video coming out next week, talking about whether or not I regret leaving Unity for Unreal. I'll give you all a hint since you're here in the live stream. It's a resounding no regrets. Unreal's the best. I love Unreal. I wish it'd send me a t-shirt or something. I'd wear that every single day. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next live stream. And until then, stay safe. Goodbye, everyone.